You know, I have done dozens of Easter vigils, and I've had my fair share of mishaps, mostly with the fire. I could tell you stories in a number of my different parishes. It got to the point that I used to have a parishioner come up to me and say, you know, it's what I've suspected all along, that all priests are really closet pyromaniacs. But this is the first time that I've ever had problems with the candle. So this is a new phase that we are beginning. And maybe it's appropriate for the day. Those of you that are being baptized, those of you that are coming into the church, those of you that are being confirmed, do you realize what today is? It is 4-3-2-1. Very, very unique day. Very unique reality for all of you. And an incredible, amazing, beyond belief reality for all of us. And what's it all mean? Well, in thinking about it, the conclusion that I've come to was to connect Easter to little blue sweetener packets. So just sit back and see if you can follow how my mind works. I'm guessing probably not, but that's okay. The blue sweeteners, their brand name is, of course, Equal, right? Okay. Easter is absolutely everything. St. Paul tells us, if Christ is not raised from the dead, our faith is useless. As I have shared with my students over the years, and as I've discovered, if there wasn't anything else that they took from what I tried to teach them in theology class, they all seemed with their sharp little minds to hold on to this. Roses are reddish, violets are bluish. If it wasn't for Easter, we'd all be Jewish. And now you won't forget it either. Easter is everything. And we have the expression, all things being equal. Well, if all things is another way of saying everything, and Easter is everything, then that's where we connect Easter being everything, which is all things, being equal. Wow. Okay, so what does it mean? What it means is this is the feast that says that God will have the last word. Whatever we, throughout our lives, intentionally or unintentionally, crucify, destroy, abuse, forget, God will undo all of that through the power of his love and forgiveness. You stop and think about all of the evils that Christ had to endure on Good Friday. We paid attention to that yesterday. We listened to that incredible story of the Passion. And there was so much suffering, but there was also so much human evil. And it was all directed at the one who had done nothing wrong. The one who preached only love and acceptance and peace and forgiveness. And for some reason, all of the evils, they just wanted to silence the voice of Jesus. They wanted to shut him up. They wanted him to be wrong. And so when they brought him down from that cross, when they sealed his body in the tomb, it looked like evil had won the day. And yet, it was at that point that God said, okay, now let me show you what I can do. I can take all of humanity's garbage and bring about new life beyond what you can possibly imagine. Jesus experienced both life and death. But in the resurrection, God said, the love that Jesus spoke about, the love that Jesus tried to show us how to live, doing good for others, turning the other cheek, praying for our enemies, not judging, not condemning. God said all of that. He was right. And so we have God's judgment on us all. And that judgment is resurrection. And it's a reminder God's care is always greater than our carelessness. Because we are people of the resurrection, because we are people who have been bathed in the waters of baptism, which is the sacrament of resurrection, of new life. We have to be. We can't not be people of hope. No matter what we see going on around us, no matter what may be happening to us, we have to be people of hope. We have to be willing to stake our life and our death on a simple statement that love is more powerful than hate. Good is more powerful than evil. Life is more powerful than death. We've gone through all this tonight, the seeing in the darkness the way that our ancestors did, the hearing the story of how our salvation was accomplished through the centuries. And what we're about to take part in, the celebration of what we call the Easter sacraments, welcoming others to share in this new life, to share in this hope. It's everything. Let me give you just one more. And hopefully this one will stick with you as well, my students. I quote one of my profs, one of my mentors, Father Gene Walsh, quite a bit. But this one is one of his best known. He says, Jesus promises you two things. Your life has meaning, and you will live forever. If you get a better offer, take it. We're here tonight because we know there is no better offer. Christ has won for us something beyond imagination. And it gives us hope. And it gives us courage. And it allows us not just to move forward, but to want to move forward. Happy Easter to us all.